If congestion pricing becomes a reality, Jose Rodriguez of Hamilton Heights is convinced he'll never find parking in his neighborhood again.
I barely get a parking now.
He, along with many in the community, fear the worst, an expectation of drivers dumping their cars in northern Manhattan and proceeding with their commute by hopping on mass transit, all to avoid the toll south of 61st Street.
So they'll come closer to the city where it's more comfortable for them, and then they'll just jump on the... And I don't blame them.
The practice, which is prevalent in Washington Heights, Harlem, and Inwood, is now in the crosshairs of Upper Manhattan lawmakers.
This is going to get much worse.
New York City Council member Mark Levine is among those proposing a bill that would create residential parking permits for drivers in neighborhoods north of 61st Street, giving them priority when it comes to non-metered street parking.
We have a special problem here uptown where the George Washington Bridge is just a feeder for people who are driving in from Jersey and dumping their cars locally.
The legislation would allow the DOT to reserve up to 80% of street parking spots for drivers who live in the neighborhood. While some residents are on board, critics say the legislation would just cause more problems and congestion in the outer boroughs.
This is going to be a fee that a lot of drivers won't be able to pay, so they're going to divert to Upper Manhattan, maybe Lower Bronx, Western Queens, Western Brooklyn.
The legislation, if it were to pass, would be a first for the city, as New York is one of the only major cities in the country that does not have some version of a residential permit system. Skeptics like Richard Michaud, who has lived in the neighborhood for 45 years, says the root of the problem is access.
Too many people have a car that don't need a car.
In Hamilton Heights, I'm Andrew Ramos, Pix 11 News.